Hey guys, Deathy here. Today I just wanted to talk about the fix to double soaking that Valve released a few days ago. This is going to be a fairly quick video. Some people have asked me my thoughts, and I've given my thoughts a little bit on stream, etc. But I thought it'd be good to just do a quick little video and talk about how it works right now and what I think about it. So first of all, let's talk about what the fix was. So I'll link the patch notes in the description. But what the fix is that now there are dedicated solo lanes and there are dedicated duo lanes, and these are just decided arbitrarily at the start of the match. So for example, in this match that I'm playing, it just decided, okay, yellow is a duo lane, green is a solo lane, blue is a duo lane, and purple is a solo lane. Basically, the fix is if more players than intended are in a lane, then the souls will be split in a way that is disadvantageous. What that means is that you won't get as much value, right? So for example, if someone else were to come in this lane, I would be getting half value from my souls. They would be getting split in two. In the opposite, if I go to blue lane, which is a dual lane, and if I go there, then I'm gonna ruin their soul gain. So for example, let's say that I just kill this creep. I get 25 and 25, so I get 50. Normally at this point, the creeps are worth 77. So instead of getting 77, my teammates are getting 50. So I hope that clears things up. So there's solo lanes and duo lanes. If you have more people than intended, so if in a solo lane you have more than one person, and if a duo lane you have more than two people, then the soul sharing is disadvantageous. So that's the fix that Valve implemented a few days ago. Now, what do I think about it? Well, first of all, I just want to say that I'm really glad that the developers are listening to the community, and it was extremely quick about changing it. This has been known for quite some time, but it wasn't like known by the general population. It was only known by like a smaller group of players for a few months. And so I'm really happy that as soon as it got known by a wider group of players that the developers took action and did something. And even if it's not perfect, I prefer it to double soaking. So that's the first thing I want to say. I do prefer it to the previous state of the game. With that being said, I do think that this change has impacted ganking quite a lot. So I've actually seen this change recommended in the past, and I was really afraid of how it would impact ganking, because one thing that I liked about the laning stages in this game is how dynamic it felt. Like you could gank lanes. The lanes felt so close together that you would just gank them, and it would be great. But now what happens is, let's say that I'm the Infernus in this game. I go blue to gank, and let's say that I see the Abrams, the 7. I'm trying to go for a gank, and oh no, like my gank failed. And I'm here, and we get some creeps, right? So let's say that we get these creeps. Well, I'm actually actively griefing my teammates. So if you're ganking, you need to get the kill. Absolutely. Like you cannot, if you don't get the kill, your gank was a grief. Like before, if you didn't get the kill when you ganked someone, it was like, okay, well, you didn't get the kill, but at least like it's not that bad, right? At the end of the day. But now it's like, now you actively probably took away souls from your teammates by attempting to gank. So if you don't get the kill, then it's completely disastrous. So that's my first thought on it. My second thought on it is it doesn't feel like a very Valve-like decision. What I mean by that is one thing that I really like in Deadlock in general is that a lot of things don't feel forced. Oh, you want to build Punch Abrams? Go for it. You want to build Gun Abrams? Go for it. You want to build Spirit Abrams? You can do whatever you want, right? Like some things are better than others, but you have a lot of freedom. And in Dota, it's kind of the same way, right? Like there is a meta, but a lot of things, it's not like when a hero is released, they're like, yeah, this hero is like a carry hero. You know what I mean? So I like that kind of freedom from Valve, and I feel like in this change, it feels very forcing the players to do something. Like it's like, okay, this lane is going to be a solo lane, and there's nothing you can do about it. So it feels kind of scuffed, and right now you can't even decide where your solo lanes or your duo lanes are going to be, even in tournaments. And I know that the tournaments are the least of Valve's concerns right now, and I fully agree. And anyone in the comments, you might call me entitled for thinking about that. To be honest, I don't really care about the tournaments. Like if it affects the tournaments, that's whatever to me, but it just feels like kind of scuffed, right? That you have to just choose your lane. Sorry, not only do you have to choose your lane, but you cannot choose where your solo and duo lanes are. It's just the game just gives it to you. And so there's like randomly, for example, here yellow's a duo lane and purple's a solo lane. why is it random every game? Why not, if you're going to force people on something, why not force them on having the side lanes, the lanes on the side of the map, be solo lanes, and the lanes in the middle be duo lanes? At least you would have some consistency. Anyway, I would say overall, it's the change is better than it was, but it doesn't feel like a very good solution. The main reason I'm making this video is just to update you guys on my thoughts on it, and also like I spoke to a lot of people, and a lot of people didn't understand what the change was, so hopefully the explanation at the beginning was good enough. Anyway, I'm not going to make the video any longer. If you guys enjoy this type of content, like, subscribe, etc., you know the deal, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.